The power of self-love, why you must love yourself first. You yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. These powerful words by Buddha serve as a timeless reminder of the importance of self-love. Yet, in our daily lives, how often do we actually prioritize loving ourselves? We're often so focused on giving love to others, our partners, our families, our friends, that we forget the most important person in this equation, ourselves. Let me tell you a story. It's about a woman named Emily. For years, Emily struggled in her relationships. She constantly found herself in situations where she was giving more than she received, always trying to please, always putting others before herself. No matter how much she gave, she never felt truly loved or appreciated. It wasn't until Emily hit a breaking point, after yet another heartbreak, that she realized something crucial. The problem wasn't that she wasn't lovable, the problem was that she wasn't loving herself. In that moment of realization, Emily made a vow to herself. She promised that she would no longer seek validation from others, that she would no longer give away her power by trying to earn love. Instead, she would focus on cultivating a deep, unwavering love for herself. And as she did, something amazing happened. The more Emily loved herself, the more she attracted the kind of love she had always desired, love that was respectful, fulfilling, and true. Today, we're going to explore the transformative power of self-love. We'll dive into what self-love really means, why it's essential for healthy relationships, and how you can begin to cultivate it in your own life. Because here's the truth, self-love isn't just a nice idea, it's the foundation upon which all other love is built. Part 1. Understanding self-love. Defining self-love. So, what exactly is self-love? It's a term we hear often, but what does it really mean? Self-love is about more than just pampering yourself or indulging in self-care rituals, though those things can be a part of it. True self-love is about recognizing your inherent worth and treating yourself with the kindness, respect, and compassion that you would offer to someone you deeply care about. There's a quote that captures this perfectly: self-love is not selfish. You cannot truly love another until you know how to love yourself. This idea is crucial because it shifts our understanding of love from something that is outwardly directed to something that starts within. But self-love isn't just about feeling good about yourself in a superficial way. It's about cultivating a deep sense of self-worth and self-respect. It's about knowing, on a fundamental level, that you are enough just as you are. It's about setting boundaries, saying no when you need to, and not settling for less than you deserve. Nathaniel Branden, a psychologist who is often referred to as the father of the self-esteem movement, talks about the importance of self-esteem. In his book, The 6 Pillars of Self-Esteem, he explains that self-esteem, essentially self-love, is the foundation of a fulfilling life. It influences how we interact with others, how we pursue our goals, and how we handle life's challenges. In relationships, self-love plays a critical role. It determines how we allow others to treat us, what we tolerate, and what we demand. Without self-love, we might find ourselves accepting behavior that is harmful or settling for relationships that don't truly fulfill us. But with self-love, we set a standard for how we are treated by others and by ourselves, the foundation of self-worth. Self-worth is intrinsically linked to self-love. The way we view ourselves, the value we place on ourselves, shapes every aspect of our lives. When we don't value ourselves, we end up seeking validation and worth from external sources, whether it's from romantic partners, friends, or society at large. But here's the thing: when you base your worth on external validation, you're handing over control of your self-esteem to others. You're allowing someone else to dictate how you feel about yourself. And that's a dangerous place to be, because it means your self-worth is fragile, easily shattered by criticism or rejection. On the other hand, when your self-worth is grounded in self-love, it becomes unshakable. You know your value, and you don't need others to affirm it for you. This doesn't mean you become arrogant or narcissistic. It simply means that you recognize your own worth, and you refuse to settle for anything less than what you deserve. Self-worth also affects our choices. When we value ourselves, we make decisions that reflect that value. We choose relationships that nourish us, careers that fulfill us, and lifestyles that support our well-being. We don't settle for less because we know we deserve more. Nathaniel Branden argues that self-esteem is not just a feeling, it's a way of being in the world. It's about living consciously, taking responsibility for your own life, and respecting yourself enough to demand the best from yourself and from others. This is why self-love is so powerful. It's the foundation upon which all other aspects of a fulfilling life are built. The role of self-love in relationships. Let's talk about how self-love impacts relationships. The simple truth is this: healthy relationships are built on the foundation of self-love. When you love yourself, you bring your whole, authentic self into a relationship. You're not looking for someone to complete you or fill a void. Instead, you're looking for someone to complement the love you already have for yourself. Rupi Kaur, a poet who often writes about love and self-worth, has a powerful quote: "How you love yourself is how you teach others to love you." This couldn't be more true. The way you treat yourself sets the standard for how others will treat you. If you don't love and respect yourself, you may find that others don't either. But when you have self-love, you attract people who mirror that love and respect. Self-love also empowers you to set boundaries in relationships. You're able to say no when something doesn't feel right, and you're able to walk away from relationships that don't serve you. This doesn't mean you become closed off or unapproachable. It simply means that you protect your well-being and don't tolerate disrespect. When you love yourself, you communicate your needs clearly and confidently. You're not afraid to ask for what you want, and you're not afraid to leave a relationship that doesn't meet those needs. This creates a dynamic of mutual respect in your relationships, where both partners are valued and appreciated. In essence, self-love is the key to attracting and maintaining healthy relationships. It ensures that you don't settle for less than you deserve, and that you approach relationships from a place of abundance rather than scarcity. Part 2. The impact of self-love on relationships. Healthy boundaries. One of the most significant impacts of self-love on relationships is the ability to set and maintain healthy boundaries. Boundaries are essential for protecting your emotional, mental, and even physical well-being. They define what is acceptable in a relationship and what is not. Without self-love, boundaries can become blurred. You might find yourself saying yes when you want to say no, or tolerating behavior that makes you uncomfortable. This is often because you fear rejection, or because you don't believe you deserve better. But with self-love, you have the confidence to set clear boundaries. You know what you're worth, and you're not afraid to enforce those boundaries. This not only protects you, but also enhances the quality of your relationships. Dr. Henry Cloud, in his book Boundaries: When to Say Yes, How to Say No to Take Control of Your Life, explains that boundaries are essential for maintaining healthy relationships. They ensure that your needs are met and that you're not taken advantage of. When you have self-love, setting boundaries becomes a natural extension of respecting yourself. For example, if someone consistently disrespects your time or your feelings, self-love empowers you to address the issue and, if necessary, distance yourself from that person. It's about prioritizing your well-being and not allowing others to diminish your sense of self. Attracting the right partner. Self-love also plays a crucial role in attracting the right partner. The energy you put out into the world, how you feel about yourself, affects the kind of people you attract. When you love yourself, you attract partners who love and respect you as well. This concept is often referred to as the law of attraction. Louise Hay, a pioneer in the field of self-love and affirmations, often spoke about how the thoughts and beliefs we hold about ourselves shape our reality. In her book, You Can Heal Your Life, she emphasizes that by loving yourself, you attract positive, loving experiences and relationships. When you don't love yourself, you might find that you attract partners who reflect your insecurities. These relationships can be draining and unfulfilling because they're based on a foundation of neediness or a lack of self-worth. But when you practice self-love, you attract partners who complement you, appreciate your strengths, and support your growth. Self-love also means that you're not afraid to be alone. You don't feel the need to settle for just anyone because you're confident in your own worth. This confidence is incredibly attractive and often draws people to you who are